Premier League, we've got Leicester City leading at 18, and then at 10 points, there is Leeds United. So we've got 15 teams in 8 points. So it's hotter than ever, I would say. Looking at Serie A, I think that when the wheels will eventually start turning for both Inter Milan and Juventus, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight among AC Milan, Inter, Juventus, Napoli, Roma. I think that all of these teams are going to battle it out. Right now, it's too early to say who is looking the fittest. If I have to analyze after 7 games, it would be AC Milan. Of course, they haven't lost a single game. They're top of the table, but I don't know how long their lead is going to last and what other teams are going to do behind them. Talking about Juventus and Inter very briefly, they've got 2 situations to figure out pretty quickly. Juventus have got the Dybala situation, and Inter have got the Eriksen situation. So starting from Dybala, the Argentina manager has publicly said today that Dybala is going through a very rough period of his career. He needs the support of all of his teammates, of his family, and everything. I was looking at his stats. He's basically in 10 games, he has played 306 minutes, which if we divide by 90, it's pretty much 3 games and a half. And for a player who has been constantly rumored to be on the market, I remember there was a moment when Tottenham were very close to signing him. A player that has done very well at Juve, that has seen himself as a sort of pawn to acquire other players in the past. I think that right now that Pirlo isn't even starting him, he's starting to get a little mad. His contract expires in June 2022. So we will see.
I think he could be a great pickup for a lot of teams. I think there's a lot of teams that if they got him, that could be a bargain. My God, what a player.
And then the other situation, it's Inter with Eriksen. Now, I think that purchasing the player for 20 million is a steal. The guy has played already 33 games with Inter, but if we actually look at the minutes he's played, that's effectively 15 games. And in 15 games, he scored 4 goals and 3 assists. But it's not that great. He came here with the reputation of the king of assists in the Premier League, and he hasn't quite delivered. I think that there is something wrong with the way that Conte is trying to play him regarding his position. But one thing that I can finally say, and that, I've always been a big Eriksen supporter. I want to see the guy play and everything. I have to say that when he plays, he does not look like a Conte player regarding the grit. You see, everybody in the field has way too much grit, almost too much. And Eriksen just seems like he doesn't give that big of an F.
I've said this from the beginning, Tommy, and I'm sick of saying it. He's not a Conte player. I don't know why they signed him. At least with Hazard, he's incredibly technical and he's strong. He's physical. He can hold people off. With Eriksen, that's not his game. And Conte needs people to run through walls for him. We've seen that with the fact that they've got Vidal and Nainggolan in midfield. Says everything, right? There's no space for an Eriksen there. But anyway, I think, it was a weird transfer when I saw it.
There are increasing rumors about Eriksen leaving in January. We shall see. Premier League, Rory?
Well, I think it's the same situation everywhere. I think every season, every league is having a bit of a strange season this season, with Sociedad still being top of La Liga, etc. In England, there's no real runaway team yet. I think last weekend there was 3 teams that were top at one point. So like Liverpool, Leicester and Tottenham are all top. Now Leicester are currently top. At the moment, I think the only team that are looking really convincing, and you might want to kind of clip this for posterity, is Spurs. I'm getting that dreadful feeling of, when you look at the fixtures on your phone and you see who Tottenham are playing, and my first thought is, oh, they'll batter them. It was Burnley, oh, they'll batter them. And it's every game I see, I think Spurs will win that. And I think that says a lot about them as a team, especially the reliance, how much they can rely on Kane, and he just delivers every game is unbelievable. It seems he's hit a new level this season with goals and assists. So they're looking very convincing. Leicester, Could they repeat it again? It looks like Under has been so far.
Please do repeat it. I want to see it again.
Yeah, if it means Tottenham don't win it, fucking yes, repeat it. Under looks like he's been a great signing so far. They're kind of bringing him in slowly, but every time he's come on, he's looking convincing. He's making differences. They're looking good.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, if there is a top of the chart battle between Tottenham and Leicester end up winning it, that would be the second time. And
Leicester would then become my second favourite team. That's what happened. But beyond that, obviously the usual suspects. Liverpool are looking like they're getting their groove, but now Joe Gomez is injured. It looks like until the end of the year. That leaves them Van Dijkless, Gomezless, and now with only Matip as their fit senior centre-back. So that could be a headache for Klopp. Chelsea are going to be a problem. I think
and
my prediction might not be dead. My prediction might not be dead. I didn't realise this until I checked today. They've scored the most goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, they're the best attack, and they are followed by Tottenham with 19 goals.
And their defence now is looking fairly solid, very solid. So who knows? Chelsea could make a charge. City, who are on the same points as Arsenal. So if City are in it, we're in it. But City look like they might. I don't know. It seems a bit.
They might win the Champions League?
It looks a bit stagnant now. I don't know what's happening. It looks just a bit plodding, a bit slow. You know they'll hit their stride at some point, but their start has just been a bit slow, I think.
Yeah, it feels like when Guardiola came in, there was a huge excitement, great signings and everything. You got to ride that wave. You cannot keep getting knocked out of the Champions League round of 16, quarterfinals. You need something big. That big thing that Guardiola needs at this moment hasn't happened yet. Can they win the Champions League this year? I don't think so. But
no, I don't think so either. But I think they will be there or thereabouts for the title. But as yet, no clear runaway, no runaway team yet. Yes.
Manchester United? No.
I think they're in the same group as us. I think they're just a lost cause. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it with our Premier League and Serie A roundup. We hope that we've been thorough, and
I think we've been quite thorough.
Yeah, and now it's time for the weekly quiz, and we would like PA announcement. What is it? Yeah, PA announcement.
Yeah,
public service announcement.
Ding, ding,
that's what
there you go.
Exactly. Yeah. This is the last time that we do the quiz in this format. We're gonna mix it up a little bit from next week.
Yeah, we're switching it up from next week.
To make it harder and harder, not only for us, but also for you listeners. Let's go with the quiz.
Let's do it. Hello, listeners, and welcome to the quiz, Rory's quiz, Tommy's quiz. We've still not discovered a name, have we? We've still not got a name. So, this week, in fitting with the episode, it's a France 98 special. So this player, I think, kind of garnered his fame at this tournament and definitely caught the eye at this tournament, I think. So I'm going to give you a few clues, as always, and we'll see what you think. So this player was born on the 26th of March, 1974.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah?
Yeah,
keep it for yourself. You've got to make this last 5 minutes. Right. He has played for such teams as Auxerre, Inter, Milan, Plymouth Argyle, and Derby County.
Okay.
So he's played in both Italy and England. In his career, he won Ligue 1 with Auxerre and the French Cup twice. He won the UEFA Cup with Inter, and he won the Serbian League with Partizan.
Okay. I think I might have it. Yes.
And
maybe.
He also, as an extra little clue, he also won the Olympics with his country.
Okay. So, wait, what year was he born in?
76. Yes.
76 and...
No, wait. 74.
74. All right, 74. So in France, 98, he was 24 years old, and he made a name for himself that summer.
I think it's when I became aware of his existence.
Okay.
So therefore, that's when the world became aware of his existence.
Could you repeat for our listeners the club that he played for?
So he played for clubs such as Auxerre, Inter, Milan, Derby, Partizan Belgrade, and Plymouth Argyle.
Okay, so having started in France, I would guess that he's either a French international or an African player, since Ligue 1 has always been, there are a lot of African players who have started from Ligue 1. So I'm trying to think. It's going to be interesting. I feel like once we record our weekly topic about France 98, it's going to start slightly coming back to me. And he's won the Olympics with his national team, you said?
He won the Olympics with his national team.
All right. I'm thinking about it. Listeners, I hope you are too. Is there one more hint you want to give us? Something, I don't know.
No, that's what you're getting. That's all you're getting.
All right. Sorry, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Rough.
Basta.
Yeah. All right. Basta. Yeah, exactly. Basta. All right, good. So let's just jump to our weekly topic, and we'll be back at the end of it with the answer to Rory's quiz.
I'm so excited about the topic. Let's go.
Let's go. And so it was the summer of 1998. Okay, I'm gonna drop the French accent right away, but it was indeed 1998, and the world was a very, very different place. Well, besides the weird hairdos that football players were rocking at the time, for which we have quite a compilation that you can find online, what else was going on in the world at the time? Well, Steve Jobs had just released the very first Apple iMac. What was in theaters? Godzilla, aka one of my favorite movies of all time.
Such a great soundtrack. P. Diddy, Come With Me. Oh, watch you.
Oh my God, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah,
Together with There's Something About Mary. What about that classic? Together with The Truman Show, and in February, the Titanic had just collected a world record 11 Oscars for the motion picture, who was released the previous year. What were we going to say, Rory?
Sorry, I have to talk about The Truman Show just very quickly. That film affected me so much as a child. I think at least
me too.
2 times a week now, I still think, am I in The Truman Show?
No, Rory,
like,
you're not.
If I see a mirror in a lift, I'm like, am I in The Truman Show? Like, that film affected me on such a different level. What a film. Anyway, yes. I feel like I'm there, Tommy. I feel like I'm there.
Yeah, people were rocking Nokia 6110s, and everybody was just going to their dad like, Dad, can you give me the phone to play Snake? Look, Tom, Dad, Snake now. And that was the thing. The world's most terrifying toy was in the shelves of toy stores, and it was Furbies. Do you remember that atrocity?
Yeah, I remember the kind of the girls I grew up with, they all got a Furby each, and they were the most irritating things in the world. They'd go off at like 2 a.m. and start talking, and just, yeah, it was awful.
Tim and Eric have a great parody of the Furbies, which is called Bowl. It's half bear and half owl. But yeah, those were the times. And the last thing that comes to my mind when I think of those days is the World Cup of France, 1998, of course. But before we dive into the actual facts of that World Cup, I would like to ask Rory, what were you doing in July of that year?
Well, I was just about to turn 9 years old. I was in the very sunny town of Crewe at the time. I remember this was the first tournament that I was just really aware of. I think it all came from the advert. Do you remember the advert with the Brazil team in the airport when they were all with Mascanada in the background? I think all that marketing really worked on me as a young child. And I was very, very excited for this tournament. In primary school, I got that Brazil kit for my birthday, and I took it into school. And first thing I did, got permanent pain all down the front of it. My mum nearly fucking killed me. And I cried in school at the time. So that's what I was doing in 1998.